Okay, it's that time of the show where it's cleared for takeoff with Rich Kaplan, and Rich got a really exciting story that affects folks right here in New York.
Thank you, Howie. First off, I just want to touch off this week, finally, they have finished transcribing the data off the black boxes of those two 737 MAXs that crashed, Lion Air 610 and Ethiopian 302. The data determined that it was a fault in the MCAS's data probe that brought these two planes down. Boeing has worked on a fix for this problem. They already have it complete, and they are going to begin testing, if not already. Hopefully, we will see the 737 MAX return to the skies soon. It's hard to say when. Air Canada execs were quoted as saying that it could be as late as July before we see the MAXs back in service. I don't believe that. I think it'll be sooner, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now, getting to what Howie pointed out, major news for New York. Blade Helicopters, which is no stranger to the New York metropolitan area, announced just this week that they will ultimately begin VTOL drone service from Hudson Yards to New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport. Now, I'm going to allude to why this is such big news. Because normally, it's always been manned helicopters that do these flights. Helicopters that utilize a pilot, a co-pilot, and passengers. These aircraft are allegedly going to be unmanned. They will be drones, flying taxis that will take off from Hudson Yards, fly a flight pattern direct to JFK and back. I happen to have a picture of the actual aircraft that is going to be built by Bell Helicopters of the United States, and it is a prototype, mind you. This is what the aircraft will look like, if my videographer can zoom in. Very futuristic. It is a VTOL aircraft, meaning tilt rotor. It'll take off like a helicopter, fly like an airplane, land like a helicopter. It will have a very small space for landing, which it doesn't need that much space. Helicopters usually don't use that much space to land, which makes it a very special aircraft. But what's so big is that it's New York that's going to be showcasing this technology. It's always awesome when my home state does something extraordinary. I mean, the new Tappan Zee Bridge, which just opened this past year, is an iconic work of architecture. It's stunning. If you haven't driven across it yet, I urge you to. It's beautiful. Well, in aviation, we are finally starting to make significant steps, if not already. The biggest step is towards unmanned flying vehicles, or UCAVs. UAVs are becoming very popular, and it's no secret that part of this popularity lies in the fact that they don't require a man or woman to fly. They run on computers on a pre-assigned flight path, putting them from A to B. This aircraft is a revolution both in design as well as in technology. It won't be flying for 5 years though. It's going to take 5 years to develop, engineer, test, and certify. So you got to be patient. Don't expect to see this overnight. But when it does make its debut, I believe it will revolutionize the way we fly. It'll be the first step towards actually seeing computers playing a more vivid role in flight than they do now. Which poses my big question of the day. This is our week's question of the day. As you know, that's my new thing now. I want you to participate. That's why I do this. Let me ask you, do you feel comfortable flying on an aircraft that does not have a pilot? Please email me at yahoo.com, or leave a comment on my YouTube page under Halftime Howie. I urge you to, because I want to know what you think about this. I want to know what the public thinks, because after all, they're doing this for us, for you. Let's get it right. Lastly, I also want to point out this week, Boeing unveiled finally to the public their newest aircraft, the Boeing 777X. This is a very important event, and I'm going to explain why. A lot of airlines are still flying the iconic queen of the skies, the Boeing 747. It's no secret British Airways has a sizable fleet of this aircraft. Its average age in this fleet is 20 years or older. The average age is 20 years. They've been flying them, 2 decades. The 777X is the ideal replacement for this aircraft. Already, the biggest commitment that it has received is from the United Arab Emirates for more than 100 of these airplanes. Emirates see something big in it, and so do I. I see a twin-engine airplane that will revolutionize long-haul travel. I believe that this is the future of long-haul aviation. 4-engine technology is costly, it is not fuel efficient, and most importantly, it's not ideal for the traveling public. I believe this is one of the main reasons why the Airbus A380 hasn't done as well as it could. So I believe Boeing is on to something big with the twin engine. Not to be outdone, Airbus unveiled the 350 just a few years ago, and it's now flying. The A350 is going to be its biggest competitor. Personally, not because I'm American, but because I'm impartial, I believe the 777 is better. But that's just my opinion. What's yours? Leave comments on my page. I always love comments. I love hearing from you guys because it makes my job a lot easier, okay? And you've just been cleared for takeoff. Thank you for watching. I urge you to keep on watching. Watch some of my past episodes if you're interested. Feel free to always leave me your emails. I love that, and thank you.
Great job, Richard Kaplan, on taxis in the future.